Steal something. Or at the bollocks, will ya? I'm itching to throw someone in the brig. It'll be fun. I promise.
Hands off. This one's for the pups.
Here to see the bear? Just follow the noise. Warlocks have been going crazy for it. Just hope these scraps will satisfy the bunch when they're in this state.
Amigos animales.
See? It squealed! Hit it again!
Keep your hands steady, 3.
Stop them! Free me!
Again! Again! Make it squeal again.
It's staying right here. The beast came in here with those robbers, killed Dink and Mince too. Boss is thinking of serving it to the wargs. But first, 3 more stones. Make it nice and bloody.
Yeah! Hit his head! I want to hear more noises!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Time for blood!
No holding back. Striking distance. This is my time. Two steps at a time.
Find a route.
Battle favors the fearless.
Pardon the viscera. One should cherish all of nature's bounty, but goblin guts are quite far down the list. Not only do you speak with a bear, but you free it too? A true friend of nature. Or perhaps a lunatic. Either way, I owe thanks. I am the druid Halsin. Yes, but just Halsin will suffice. Unbecoming to demand honorifics from the one who saved my hide. Parasites in your head that... You mean you have one of them? Oak Father preserve you, child. You're infected, aren't you? The Mind Flayer's spawn. But something's different. You're aware of the monster inside you. You don't bow to the Absolute like the true souls do. How is this possible? Perhaps. But I wouldn't want to place all my faith in blind luck. You weren't speaking lightly when you said you needed help. Let me tell you what I know. I've been studying these parasites for a while now. Ever since I discovered these so-called true souls are infected with them. Someone is using very powerful magic to modify these tadpoles. They're using them to exert control over the infected. I'm sorry to say, I can't undo that magic, which means I can't cure you. But that doesn't mean I can't help. I didn't find what I came here for, a way to remove the tadpoles, but I found the next best thing. I found out where they come from. That must be where these enchantments are placed on them. And it's where you'll find your cure. I overheard that the cultists are sending all of their captives to Moonrise Towers. Innocents go in, true souls come out. Given that all of these true souls are infected, it has to be the source for this magic. If you want to find a cure, you must head there and discover how the tadpoles are being manipulated. I wish I could, but there's still work I've yet to finish. Blood I've yet to spill. I've no right to ask more of you, but if you could help me, I'd be free to join your journey to Moonrise. I cannot allow these butchers to threaten my grove. The natural order must be protected. My thanks. If you prevail, I'll owe you the debt of a lifetime. Rare is the beast that survives decapitation. Help me eliminate the Drow Minthara, the Hobgoblin Draw Ragslin, and that perversion of a priestess, Gut. They are the ones holding these parasites together. Remove them, and nature will cure itself. There is no safety. Not while this rot festers. Once it is cut out, once the growth is secure, then I shall leave. May Sylvanas guide your hand. Focus on the leaders. That's all it will take to restore the balance here.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Decaying legs protrude from the hole. A failed escape, it seems. It seems the tunnel collapsed mid-dig and suffocated him. A crooked heart is embroidered on his left shoe. The body comes loose, revealing a tunnel. Perhaps you can escape where he failed. The corpse regards you, lifelessly.
Teglin, carpenter, father of two. My son Garland did it. If I ever missed him, could look down and remember him. Goblins took my friends, cut them up for the wargs, for meat. Digging too quickly, felt tunnel collapsing, kept going. Better dead than warg meat. Heading to Baldurs Gate. Didn't hear goblin patrol.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Those eyes.
That'll have to do.
Obey the drow. Serve the Absolute, and you may.
Absolute's looking out for me now.
Now here's somebody special. The Absolute has touched you, hasn't she? Priestess Gut needs to touch you too. Hold out your arm so I can mark your flesh.
A priestess. One of the leaders, no doubt about it. Let's make her squeal.
What's that? Tell your friend to keep quiet, or he'll lose his good eye. Ready for the fire, are ya? Let's the faithful recognize one another quick sharp. That way nobody'll mess with ya. And it's charged with magic. Ordinary slobs can't see it. Only us that follow the Absolute.
Charged with magic? Perhaps that explains the ease with which these goblins submit to true souls.
You ready? Brace yourself. This'll sting. Maybe you don't need it. After all, you're special, ain't ya? Like me.
She probes your mind, tangling your thoughts with hers. A familiar sensation. She too carries a parasite. Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the goblin priestess receiving instruction from a handsome young man, one of the chosen. The vision dissolves away. You stand before the goblin priestess in the temple once again. Her faith floods into you, a tide of shuddering ecstasy. Her tadpole nestles within that mania, secure, hidden.
I feel you in there, digging around. Works both ways. And I saw some weird shadows swimming around in your head just now. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls gotta look out for one another. A creature? There's definitely something rotten in there. Let me take a closer look. I ain't seen anything like this before. Hey? Ain't nothing wrong with me. You're the one who's sick in the head. No need to panic, though. With the Absolute's will, I can fix anything. Let's deal with this in my chapel. It's private. Don't want this lot interfering with true soul business.
Oi! Priestess! We want the mark!
Yeah, ain't we good enough for the Absolute? Oi, come here. Ready to clear your head? Whatever the Absolute tells me to. Don't worry, she loves you. I can tell. Don't want a crowd of gawpers. Everybody else needs to leave.
Attention!
No one stopped me yet.
Ready to clear your head? Smart. All you need to do is open yourself to the Absolute. And I'll do the rest. Don't want anyone peeping on private matters, so... There we go. Secret and safe. Well, secret.
Psionic feelers creep across your mind, like a pickpocket's fingers seeking flaws in fabric.
Get in here! We've got trouble!
Patched up. Pushing on.
Those eyes.
Follow my teaching. Follow Ragsling's orders. Obey the drow. Serve the Absolute. Now hit priest. What's that? Tell your friend to... Ready for the fire, are ya? And it... You ready? Brace yourself. Maybe...
She pro-dark, the vision dissolves away her fate.
Works? Maybe I can help with that. Let me take a closer look. No, with the... Let's do...
Oi! Priestess! We want the mark!
Yeah. Ain't we good enough for the Absolute?
Oi, come here. I ain't ready to clear your head. Don't want...
What's the story?
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Ready to clear your head. Smart, don't want anyone... There we go.
Psionic feelers creep across your mind like a pickpocket's finger.
It's all slippery in there. What are you hiding?
An image of the Mind Flayer reaches out to her from your memories.
Hells! We need to fish that thing out before it eats any important parts of your brain. No. It's messing with your brain. You're seeing things, probably hearing voices too, yeah? Don't you worry. I've got everything I need to fix you. Might get a bit messy, though. It involves you putting your trust in the Absolute. Simple. You won't regret this. Being a true soul, you know the Absolute don't like to touch nothing unclean. So drink this. It'll purify ya.
You recognize telltale flecks of werejackal blood. It's a potion of sleep.
I ain't deceiving nobody. I'm trying to help. I guess we're doing... Sweet dreams. Wakey, wakey. Don't bother struggling. You ain't going nowhere. The Absolute wants to know all about that critter in your head. So start talking. I know that much. I saw the whole horrible story in your memories. And I know what happens next. Your teeth fall out, your skin rips off, and you turn into one of them. Lies! I'm stronger than ever, and I've got the Absolute on my side. But you're on your own. Nothing more than a skin suit for that monster inside you. You're gonna be my new pet. A ferocious squiddy. All for myself.
You test the weight of the chains, looking for weak points.
Open your papers, freak. It's time. You should be sprouting tentacles by now. But you're still the same kind of ugly you always was. Disappointing not to have my own squiddy. But your giblets will make for a tasty supper.
Sorry. I may have left that a little late. No lasting damage, I hope? It's my master you should thank. When you got yourself in this predicament, he sent me to help. You'll meet him again soon, and have a chance to show your gratitude. In the meantime, try not to get yourself killed. I won't always be watching.
The corpse regards you lifeless.
My mother's swollen gut. Absolute priestess. God, everything, everyone. Heretic.
The spell's power wane.
There you are. Glad you're all right. What happened in there? Really? Who? Ugh. So now the rat is sending out cockroaches. Joy. Glad you're in one piece, but I doubt this little favor will come without a price. Let's get rid of this tadpole. Cambion might lose interest when we're a little less, well, interesting. There are enough absolutists in this place to fill a reserve trench. One of them must have something interesting to say, right? Let's find out.
Don't mind if I do. Charmed, I'm sure. Is that blood? No, never mind.
Battle favors the fearless.
Sorry, went to go and get dinner. Excuse me. Alright.
Forever dauntless. This is my time. This is my time.
this.
Put the wind back in my sails.
Oh, someone's got a notch in the tree there. Moving in. What's that? Owlbear tracks. Its nest must be nearby. That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
What's this? Something weak, something tender. Won't even have to chew you before I feed you to my son. Soft meat. It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you with worse. You're small, weak. Killing you would be a waste of time. You can go, but you make one wrong step and I'll rip you to shreds.
These mortals be.
I strike with precision.
The blade will not bend.
Time's running out.
On the double.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers. The world swims as you close, then reopen your eyes. How long have you been waiting here? A moment? A night? A 10-day?
Chukil gate vlakith mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
I cannot trust my own mind, so it seems I must trust yours. I will wait, but know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all. I came just in time. You are transforming.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a Mind Flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you. We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it. A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. Wake now. You'll feel better.
I promise.
I had a dream last night. A vivid one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. Tempting as these powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is, the tadpole's little trick. No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by illithid worms. I wouldn't advise it. Play with fire, and you get burned. That's always the way of it. It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck. Not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see? It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again. A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to. There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads. We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company. Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know. Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close. Here. On the Sword Coast? Impossible. That can't be. You're either an excellent storyteller, or you've experienced something quite exceptional. Tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter? That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now. If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Ridiculous. Isn't it? Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim. If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, my dear, sweet gods! I mean, yes. I suppose I can. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted. My good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. Not yet, I'm afraid. But my expectations are very, very high.
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power. She told me she was watching over me, protecting me, and that our tadpoles could prove beneficial if we embrace what powers they have to offer. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it. A real manifestation, perhaps, but not an individual of flesh and blood in the manner you or I would consider to be real. Whether she spoke the truth or not, well, I think I require a little more evidence before taking a fantasy at her word. Until then, best we speak of other matters. Was there something you wish to ask? Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer. Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid ones? Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole, use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know. It seems like we can't escape this mess. In the waking world or otherwise. I know. I don't understand how exactly, but I felt it go to you. It's important. Keep it close. I do, but the artifact has a will of its own, and powers to enforce it. It likely won't let me take it back. The best I can do is to stay close. Bide my time. Eventually I'll need to take it. Then I'll have to see what can be done about that. I suppose, if we're going to keep helping each other, I might as well tell you. I was part of a group sent to retrieve it. Bring it to Baldur's Gate for our goddess. I worship Shah, the mistress of the night. It's my mission to deliver the artifact to her secret cloister in Baldur's Gate. It hurts. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it. True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner. Gladly. The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow. I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor. I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons. It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure. I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning. I'm sure you do, but please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely. Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her? Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company. You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask? She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me. Don't believe the lies the Selûnites tell. What, besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant? It's a deal. I mean, I literally can't. There's certain things I can't remember right now. Shah's secrets must be preserved above all else. All who worship her know this. I have had certain memories suppressed. Voluntarily.
so that I can serve Shah without compromising her. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored. Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shah will reward me when I succeed. Fine. What's on your mind? Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
Does it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you. I think I'm a different person, owing to you. I think I know what you mean. There's an undeniable rapport, and yet we haven't made time for each other. Time alone. Easily remedied, if you like. I know a place. Not just yet. Let's choose our moment. Some quiet night, when the others are asleep and there's no distractions. I'll come for you.
Glick. I had a dream. As we all did, I suspect. Someone came to me and promised to protect me, while claiming that the parasite could empower me. The parasite has taken root, it would seem. Every word, every promise, it is Ghaik deception. You're delusional. I'd sooner trust a night hag than a strange figure bearing dream gifts.
I had a wild dream last night. This beautiful entity came to me, promised to protect me, told me the parasite in our heads could give us power. Sounds like it. What did you make of it? Seems risky, if you ask me. Couldn't help getting stuck with the tadpole, but taking favors from it? Spooky. Help me kill those paladins of Tyr, and I'll tell you, a bit of good gossip for your good help. We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players. Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils.
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection, and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our heads.
Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream.
Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us. Exactly. Waste not, want not. Even when it comes to mind flayer parasites. Now, was there anything else? Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
An owlbear egg? These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
I'll be damned.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura. What's that? Just an old prayer. The chest's unlocked. My prayers are answered. Selûnite coming-of-age rituals. Seems like a serious undertaking. Dangerous, even.
disarm with me bare head.
Ha ha ha! You.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
You feel...
What's this? It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you.
Blood comes easy these days.
From you to his dead mother.
Wake. Hungry.
A single strike will end his suffering.
Hungry. Food.
You watch, speechless, as the cub begins to eat his mother.
Cub has a fighting chance now.
We've just prolonged.
Oblivious to your presence, the cub.
More for me. An owlbear egg? These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
I'll be damned. A shrine.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura. something over there. Just an old prayer. The chest's unlocked. My prayers are answered. Selûnite coming-of-age rituals. Seems like a serious undertaking. Dangerous, even.
The air is heavy. The world swims. I will. Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
I will. I came just in time. You are transforming.
Yes, you have.
And I'm here to save you again. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a Mind Flayer. Not while I'm around. We haven't. There is great potential within you. It comes from that. I will keep it from consuming you. A fight for the fate of Faerun. You can change that, but only if you... I have to go. The enemy is... Wake now. You'll feel better. I promise.
Given our shared affliction, now we can see what... Now, was there anything else? But maybe answered.
Somewhat the parasite has taken root, it would seem. A wise choice. These parasites are a threat to be destroyed, not an opportunity to be exploited.
My good... I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company. Why, the druid Halson had some kind of mind... Here. Well, that can't... Tell me, have you noticed... That's quite impossible. As there's not a tentacle on your head, I can only assume you haven't been infected. If what you say were true, isn't it? Oh, my dear sweat.
I had someone tempting. No good ever came from trusting a honeyed tongue. Well said. This dream figure is no friend to us. I feel the... No, but be my mirror. What do you see? The people... But I will slay their monsters. But I don't have a clue where to... They could... The only way... We can.
My she told... An uncanny apparition. Until then, best we speak of other matters. As long I can assure you, the battlefield...
I had a wild dream last night. Sounds damn right. Things like a splinter. We just need to find a way to squeeze it out. Help me kill those paladins in the group. I'm sure when Zariel gave her... I don't know. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the... Yeah. Just to say, by the way, they're not really...
Did you have any strange dreams of... Damn, this... It seems... I know. I don't understand how exactly. But the best I can do is to... I was... Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it. True. I didn't think you'd... Oh, I assume you've heard of her? Curious. I think I did well by joining you. The wound on my hand. I'll try my best. I cannot say. I'd like to have... It's... Pain is sacred to followers. You already know my biggest... She's my... Don't believe the lies the Saloonites... Well, I like night orchids. It's a deal. No, I mean, Shah's secret. I have had... If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate... Of course. It is an act of... Fine. What's on your mind? Must find a... I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash... Does it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely... Easily remedied. Not just yet.
You filthy bugger. Is it even a boat?
Let's just bloody play.
I think I heard the absolute voice just now. Absolute worm.
Who took you and keep free? It was!
You look like you got some. Looking to spend it? that bird away from the merchandise.
Well now, you look like a tough un, but have you got smarts, skills, guts? And you're gonna need it, mate. This ain't your standard dungeon dive, right? This is chicken chasing. It's got feathers, don't it? A beak? Besides, I reckon it owes us, seeing as how it just ate our last chicken. Reckon it owes us a game. You want to hear the rules or not? Only the greatest game since eggs sprouted legs, mate. You just gotta chase the chicken round the course and through the posts. But that ain't all. Gotta do it quick and alone. Any of your mates step in, you lose. Time runs out, you lose. Sound easy? It ain't. Better contenders than you have been bested by the bird. No skin off my arse. Just remember, you had the chance to be a part of something grand, and you walked away.
Nice and chewy when you nick it out of there. What did I?
Brave enough to take on our new chicken? All the great chasers are dead. Runny cock.
What path lies before me?
Keep that bird away from the merchandise.
Mother gone. Hungry. New home? Maybe. Got to get away from here first.
The cub seems anxious to leave, but afraid to defy the goblins. They have to be dealt with one way or the other.
Supplies! New batch will keen fresh.
Bloody princess.
Brave enough to take on our new chicken? It's a big un, but that's just... Is you now? Reckon I feel differently. Reckon the lads will too.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Bugger did eat our last chicken. Right, go on then. Fat bird's yours. Don't need the hassle. All the great chasers are dead. Runny cob, split foot, Tark the toenail. Legends.
Poor creature. I hope it can follow my scent to camp.
Fresh disarm with me bare hands. Weaker than pixies, humans.
Oh, you got him good.
And who are you? Another pest? Humans. Think you rule the world. Ah!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority. Your mind lurches, reeling suddenly as if bitten.
Forgive me. I had no idea. The other true souls are inside. They're planning and such. I'm shooting arrows at this dwarf. It's great. Then this other guy twirls his fingers and some... Excuse me. Shooting arrows at this dwarf. It's great. Then this other guy twirls his fingers and some light comes out.
Not for communal use.
Don't burn yourself. Shouldn't be too hard.
You seem well
talented.
scary.
No time to rest.
That might be worth a look.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
What's on your mind?
One of those. To the left and...
No one back home will ever believe this.
So, I'm shooting arrows at this dwarf. It's great. Then this other guy twirls his fingers and some light comes out.
Drow wants to know exactly where those adventurers came from.
What are they doing? Hiding in trees?
The ringleaders have to die. The very natural order of things. Traveling to Moonrise is no small task. Expect dangers like you've never seen before. This is different. There's more fingers on a hand than there are survivors of that place. To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls. So it seems, though I don't know how. You'll have to choose your approach carefully. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the Shadow Curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in this very Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers, through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers. Aradin and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers, and may bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse. You'll need to pick up where Aradin left off. Find the hidden entrance. It's somewhere in these ruins, from what I've heard. The decision is yours, but I'd favor the Underdark. Even a place like that is the lesser evil compared to the shadow-cursed lands. Anything is preferable to risking the Shadow Curse. My business there began long ago, and has led to a lifetime of regret. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. I spent years researching the curse, trying to put an end to it. Nothing has worked. Yet. If I could join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I could have both helped you find a cure for your infection and lifted the curse. But the Grove must come first, I'm afraid. Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceremorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close. You will. Oakfather bless you. I'll be in your debt twice over if we succeed. You know what's needed. The deaths of Dror Ragzlin, the Drow Minthara, and the Priestess Gut. May nature guide you. I could come and help you, but be warned. I won't be able to suppress my animal side. Subtlety will not be an option. May Sylvanas guide your hand. Focus on the leaders. That's all it will take to restore the balance here.
I didn't mean nothing by it, your ladyship. Honest, I didn't.
Life, much like your... The goblins tell me that you extracted a confession from our prisoner. True so.
Without your help, they would have extracted nothing but screams and blood. It is time for the raid to begin. The Grove and those who are hiding there will fall. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there. We will find it amongst the dead and the ashes.
Her excitement is palpable. She lingers on thoughts of victory, of unbelievers' blood spilled, and of the weapon. She will seize it, in the Absolute's name.
Go to their refuge, and make your way inside. As a friend. I will gather a raiding party and move into position. You will open the gates from the inside when the time is right to strike. We will cleanse the place of infidels and burn it to the ground in the Absolute's name. And then we will be the first among her favorites. I do not intend to lead a suicidal charge. The goblins are expendable. I am not. The Absolute brought you here for a reason. To throw open those gates so we can crush our enemies. Good. Marshalling the goblins is no simple matter. But my warband will be ready to attack by next light. You must make your way inside. Once I am in position, on your signal, we break them. And when they are dead, the Absolute will reward your faith. As will I. For the Absolute.
Gods damn it all! To the Grove, quickly! We can't let it fall to these vicious bastards.
Gather the raiders. It is
Yes,
time.
your leadership. We won't let you down.
Whoa, soldier. What did you just do? Listen to me. I'm trusting you. But if you disappoint me, it'll be the last thing you do.
Well met.
What's on your mind?
Your slob's ready. Do you think the dwarf is ready yet? Chris all found the next target.
Orders were to stand by here. Not...
The ringleaders have to die. The very neck very well.
At least things have stayed interesting.
The ringleaders of these butchers still draw breath. the ringleaders of these, but hurry, please.
Foul, dead blood smell. Life smell. Not like...
Those teeth. Take this. It's everything I've got. I won't try and get you killed again. Promise. Just let me go. I tell you anything, and my life ain't worth a rat's breakfast. Dunno, never repaid anything. But you've been square with me, true? What do you want to know? I saw Draw Ragslin stash some stuff behind the waterfall, near the bridge. You want it? It's yours. It's all yours. Is that it? Can I go? She's got all kinds of booyarg. Sickly tasting stuff. Might make your limbs grow back, but it's as sour as a bugbear's whittle.
That was intense. I wouldn't want to bump into that thing while it was still alive. Someone needs to keep an eye on these buggers. I don't make a habit of questioning the Absolute. Now quiet!
I wouldn't dawdle if I were you. I doubt true soul Minthara has much patience left.
Condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile. Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite... You do plenty for me, more than you realize. But this cannot be remedied. The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles, The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was, too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Monster? Too kind. A demon, more like.
What?
That damn nose of yours has gone poking in our business.
Mistress Olladin, I can explain.
Shh. No need. It couldn't be helped.
Korga, what is the meaning of this?
You think yourself quite the spy, don't you? Go on, tell him.
What in the Cloakwood? Korga, have you lost your mind?
Halsin is weak, Wrath. But in the shadows, we are strong. We are safe. There is no other way.
You and Halsin welcome untouchables to your midst. You defile the grove for the sake of harmony.
Olladin speaks truth. Who among you disagrees? Who would see this grove in ruin?
The choice is made. Korga, burn the tainted away. Start with the snitch.
As you say, Olladin. With the grove taken for Cloakwood, the Circle will see that I'm right. The Great Mother will guard us from all danger. Yes. When the darkest hour fell, it was us that brought light. Sylvanas demands we illuminate shadow, not hide within it. How was I so blind?
Careful, Korga. The shadows don't forgive.
I belong to the shadows no longer. You've no power over me.
You would question my power. Mother Earth, hear me. Grant me your wrath.
That won't work.
Nemesis. Take cue.
Take yours.
Tale for the ages.
The ritual was flawed. It could have damaged the grove.
Wrath thought me a danger. Seems I've proven him right. It was through power that I would keep us safe. Or so I thought. Yet I betrayed Sylvanus himself. Led the circle to shadow. We will stop the rite, and I will stand trial. My fate lies with Sylvanus. May he have mercy. We will grant them safe harbor until they depart. Meanwhile, help us contend with the goblins. Perhaps we can dissuade them from attacking. It began with a letter. There was no messenger, it simply appeared. Olladin came soon after. An army was coming, she said. Goblins, drow, and more still. Legions upon legions. The druids of Cloakwood knew the dangers this would bring. They ordained that all circles cast the rite to shelter from the storm. Olladin taught me to harness the Tree Father's power to wall us in. In return, well, you know the rest. I would turn the grove over to them. I won't forget the wounds I've inflicted. I pray Halsin returns to heal them in full.
You have saved Korga from herself. I cannot thank you enough.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
You saved our little girl and stopped the ritual. Thank you. We are in your debt.
It's not much, but here. Know that if you call, we'll come running, no matter what.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
Bells, it's our job to get us out of here safely. Not yours.
It's my job too.
hands, you realize he's miming opening something.
Got to keep watch, but it's so bright and noisy here. Want to be back in the hideout.
He nods, then reaches for a concealed hatch. His eyes flicker to yours for an instant, then away, as if it hurts to look at you.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The Devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized Demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look.
Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up. Forged from the heart. Hells take me. What I wouldn't do for best tools.
Zevlor.
By Delt's virtue. The Blade of Frontiers? What's happened, Will?
I paid the price of angering the wrong devil.
Believe me, I understand better than most.
A moment passes as Zevlor contemplates Will's words. He then turns his attentions to you.
I'm told the druids have stopped their damn chanting. What happened? Truly, Ilmater's ashes. I never thought she would actually see reason. Thank you. We still have the goblins to contend with, but you've given us time to prepare. I need to ensure my people make the most of it. But here, left over from my soldiering days, it's sparse thanks for what you've done for us. And I'm afraid I have more yet to ask. You've bought us some time here, but the goblins are still massing out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. You're equal to the task. Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word. Yes? What is it? Gods above. This is wonderful news, but I've seen what goblins do to their captives. I wish we could ride to his rescue, but my people would just wind up slaughtered along with him. I'll pray for him. So long as the goblins hold the roads, I'm afraid it's all we can do. Yes? What is it? Better than nothing.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
Can't give up now.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
My thunder wave will make quick work of any goblin. Just you wait.
You say that I'm looking forward to it.
I could use the target practice.
Again. Swing and swing and carry. And again. Swing and swing and... Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing. Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight, but I'm useless with a sword. He was only a boy. And I just froze while the wall tore his head clean. You're right. I need to clear my head. round. Step, parry, step, step, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use. Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes. Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Look at them beaming.
Need anything else? Just some bits and bobs I no longer need. Sylvanas.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. You saved Arabella from the druids. Don't know what those bastards would have done. And we're happy to be helped. Now, what can I do for you? Nothing comes to mind. Always eager to accept donations, though. Making sure we're ready to leave when the time comes. Anything else? The gates will never see us coming.
Cut it out. It's worse than Knowles out there.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about that? Would that worry you? That's easy.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
The Archduchess will be delighted when we return with Karlach's head on a pike. Huh. I never was good at playing the coward. There is no beast here or in the hells I fear. Not with her ladyship's protection. Least of all, this dog. You do well to reconsider your alliance with this animal. She destroys all she touches. Useful in the blood war. Frighteningly dangerous anywhere else. Rage all you want, Karlach. Burn with the might of the hells. Zariel will find you. She will bring you home in pieces. And your little friends will have to watch. Unless we feed you their eyeballs first.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Again.
I should get his wounds taken care of. Shall be done. What now? Don't waste a step.
Incoming.
On it.
Fuck them. Fuck Zariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Zariel's gotta stop fucking with me, you know? I'm done with it. I'm done with her. I'm free. I'm free.
We can lay down later. That'll have to do.
I'm never going back. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look? Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Engine heats up the whole system enough not to get burned. Hopefully it will hold together long enough to get tuned up. Let's move, huh? I'm running high and in the mood for a fight.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. You haven't been using the parasite's power. You think you don't need it. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places. It's complicated. But I'm an adventurer. Just like you. Just like you, I was infected with a Mind Flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. But to do that, we'll need to think beyond local healers. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. From transforming into a Mind Flayer, yes. But that is not the only thing these parasites can do. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute, and believe it to be a god. You witnessed it yourself with Priestess Gut. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be Mind Flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you. Because we share a common cause and a common enemy. We are alike, you and I. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me. I have to go. No. It isn't safe. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
My good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all. I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle. The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push. Pain shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
I think I have it!
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a harp string.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement.
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick. Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. And then, tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Ha! I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Drat!
He pauses, looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage. Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do. Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta. I'm shooting arrows at this dwarf. It's great. Then this other guy twirls his fingers and some light comes out. And the dwarf just stops bleeding.
Tastes even better when you get it like
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon.
Thank you.
Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mister, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent. I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am, is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy, who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it, much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself, the Lady of Mysteries, the goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse, and later even my lover. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. To convince her. I pouted, I pleaded, swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. His entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms. Until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? The answer was to try. The outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next...
Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. Gods, is it ever hungry?
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. Then again, we might not. All of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways.
Gale's one of us, and we should stand by his side.
Absolutely. We're all risky in our own ways. We stick together anyway, right?
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
We got him now, eh? And once the whelp starts singing, we'll know who sent them.
Aye. Might be we'll pay him a
Nature's blessings. The Grove.
Still blocked. But should be still blocked. But should be easy enough to clear. Still blocked. But should be easy enough to clear. Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
The ringleaders of these butchers still hurry, please.
I admire your courage, Gale.
Thank you.
Wait! Bows down! Gods above! We took you for a goblin! Get up here! I want that gate sealed before they arrive. And we need to talk!
Almost done?
Nearly. We've ransacked the packs for anything that will burn.
Good. Reckon we can drain a few nights without blood blinding it and burning these buggers.
Gods above, you're alive. A little light, just as the day seems darkest. I'd given you up for dead at the goblin camp. I'm damn glad to be wrong. But what happened? We've seen them massing in the woods. Truly? Hells, I didn't expect it. We were almost ready to leave. Rag. It doesn't matter now, I suppose. You have nothing to apologize for. If it must be bloodshed after all, I'm glad to have you with us. What I have is no choice. We need to thin their numbers quickly if we're to survive. Every ounce of oil that we could spare has been buried out in front of the gate. We'll blow the horn to draw them in, and pray our fire arrows strike true. Your courage is catching, it seems. Or perhaps I've finally lost my reason. Make what preparations you deem necessary, and then sound the horn. Let's have this done. This is it. Everything turns on this.
Get that damn gate closed! I know that you are all afraid. But I also know that you have been fighting your whole lives. We have never been handed the easy choices or the gentle paths. And this is no different. These creatures would take our lives, our children, our future. And we must resist!
A splinter of ice works its way into your mind.
A pretty speech. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Now slit his throat and open that gate. The Absolute wants all of them dead. Traitor! You think you can stand against me and the Absolute? I'll dissect you.
Count on me.
fancy their jouncers. May it please, Miss Strap.
Try something else.
These boots have seen everything.
Fine day for it, I reckon.
What does that mean?
Not a notion. Talking beats thinking, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fine day for it.
Not so bad as burning goblins, I'd wager.
It seems cruel when you say it like that.
Cruel? Imagine what they do to us, given half the chance.
this is it.
I know these...
Up now, slit his throat.
Aye, aye.
No time to waste. Still on my feet.
fine day for it, I reckon.
What does that mean?
Not a notion. Talking beats...
Yeah. Fine day.